How would you feel if you found out that your husband of 3 years has been sleeping with his own mother? Not only that, he also pays strange men to sleep with you without your knowledge. All this just to protect his family's old secrets and tradition. You think that is the worst part? No, we are just getting started. Lizzie did not believe in village stories. She believed in money. She believed in power. She believed that once you marry into wealth, every other problem can be managed. So, for 3 years, she had lived inside the Afolabi mansion in Adodo like a queen. Drivers opened doors for her. Cooks prepared whatever she wanted. Her wardrobe was filled with clothes she once saw only on Instagram. But she was lonely, very lonely. Her husband, Kunle Afolabi, hardly touched her. He was kind in public. He bought her diamonds. He traveled with her to Dubai and London. But at night, he always had meetings. At first, she thought he was busy. Then, she thought maybe he was not attracted to her anymore. Then, she started to suspect something darker. One night, she heard whispers from the inner wing of the mansion. That part of the house was always locked. Only Mama Olofunke, her mother-in-law, had the keys. Lizzie followed the sound. She walked quietly past the tall gold mirrors and the long red carpet. The house was silent, but from one room she heard low voices and strange chanting. Her heart was beating fast. She pushed the door slightly open. What she saw froze her blood. Kunle was on the bed. His mother was there too, and another man Lizzie had seen many times in the house. They were not just talking. They were involved in something that no wife should ever see. Lizzie covered her mouth to stop herself from screaming. Kunle looked at her. He did not look ashamed. He did not look surprised. He only said one sentence. You were not supposed to see this. That was the night Lizzie's marriage ended, even though she would remain in that house for more than 2 years. Let's go back. Back to when Lizzie first met Kunle. It was a luxury party in Ikoyi. The hall was filled with politicians, oil businessmen, and socialites. Lizzie wore a tight red dress. She had practiced her smile in the mirror before coming. She knew what she wanted, a rich husband. She spotted Kunle across the room. He was tall, calm, and had an expensive watch on. He did not laugh loudly like the others. He stood like a king, observing his kingdom. When their eyes met, Kunle felt it. Opportunity. Kunle approached her slowly. You look different from the others, he said. She smiled. Difference is good. And from that night, they became close. Kunle was not like the other rich men Lizzie had met. He did not rush her. He did not beg for her body. He was patient. That made her want him more. And after 6 months, he introduced her to his family. The Afolabi mansion in Adodo was like a palace from an old Yoruba movie, with big gates, security men in traditional attire, carved pillars, and ancient statues at the entrance. Mama Olufunke welcomed her warmly. My daughter, she said, hugging Lizzie tightly. You are blessed to enter this family. Lizzie felt proud. Her mother had warned her. I don't trust that family, her mother said. Too much old money carries old secrets. But Lizzie laughed. Mommy, poverty is worse than secrets. When Kunle proposed with a ring worth £10,000, Lizzie said yes before he even finished speaking. Their wedding was grand. Drummers, dancers, politicians, even the governor sent gifts. Lizzie felt she had won life. She did not know she had entered a cage. After marriage, small things began to disturb her. Kunle never shared their bed fully. He would lie beside her but never go further. He always had excuses. I am tired. I have early meetings. I am fasting. And so, months passed, nothing. Lizzie started to feel ashamed. She could not even talk to her friends about it. Then she noticed something else. Strange men visited the house at night. They would enter the inner wing with Mama Olufunke and Kunle. One afternoon, Lizzie overheard two maids whispering. "The madam is preparing her," one said. "Like they prepared the others," the second replied. So, Lizzie confronted Kunle. "Are you not attracted to me?" she asked, tears in her eyes. Kunle held her face gently. "You are perfect, but this is bigger than attraction." "What does that mean?" "You will understand soon." But she did not understand until the night she opened that door. After Lizzie discovered them, she tried to run. The gates were locked. Her phones were taken. Mama Olofuke came to her room calmly. "You saw what you were not ready to see," the older woman said. "You are sick," Lizzie shouted. "All of you are sick." Mama Olofuke did not shout. The next morning, Mama Olofuke came alone. She sat on the edge of the bed like a teacher about to tell a child a painful story. "You want to know how this started?" she asked. Lizzie said nothing. "I will tell you." "It began with Baba Agba Afolabi," Mama Olofunke said. "He was not always powerful. Long ago, before colonial rule, before white men built offices and railways, Baba Agba was a small trader. He sold palm oil and kola nuts, but he was not satisfied. Other men became chiefs, other men owned lands, other men were respected. Baba Agba wanted more than respect. He wanted control. During that time, wars between communities were common. Slave trading brought quick wealth. Baba Agba joined the trade. He grew richer, but the richer he became, the more afraid he was of losing it. Because he had seen something. He had seen powerful men fall overnight. One drought, one failed harvest, one curse, everything gone. So, he went searching for something stronger than money. He went deep into the Okeaje forest. There lived a woman people feared to mention, a spiritualist. Some called her a witch, some called her a priestess. Her name was Iyanla of the Red Earth. Mama Olofuke's voice became softer. She was not young, she was not old. Her eyes looked like they had seen too many generations. Baba Agba went to her with gifts, goats, cowries, and gold bracelets. He told her what he wanted. "I want my bloodline to never fall," he said. "Let my sons be richer than kings. Let my name never disappear." Iyanla laughed. "Everything has a price," she said. Baba Agba replied, "I will pay." But he did not know the weight of that promise. Mama Olofunke continued. "The priestess told him wealth is energy, power is spiritual, blood carries authority, but blood also weakens when shared wrongly." She told Baba Agba that ordinary men lose power through normal family life, through uncontrolled desires, through missing blood carelessly. "If you want your bloodline to dominate," she said, "your male seed must not be used in the ordinary way." Baba Agba did not understand at first. The priestess explained clearly. His sons must never produce children by themselves. Their wives would bear children, yes, but the seed must come from selected outsiders, spiritually cleansed and chosen. The Afolabi men would preserve their power differently, through ritual bonding, through forbidden acts, through a spiritual chain that keeps the ancestral force circulating within the family. Lizzie's stomach turned as Mama Olofunke spoke. "The first ritual required blood," Mama Olofunke said. Baba Agba had to sacrifice something precious, not a goat, not a slave, his first son. Lizzie gasped. "Yes," Mama Olofunke said. "He offered his first male child to seal the covenant." The child was buried deep in the Okeaje forest. The earth was mixed with charms. Incantations were spoken. Baba Agba swore that from that day forward, no Afolabi man would break the spiritual law. In return, his trade expanded beyond imagination. His ships returned full. His enemies fell mysteriously. His land multiplied. The covenant worked, but it changed every son after him. Why they continued? Lizzie's voice shook. But that was long ago. Why continue it? Mama Olofunke looked at her carefully. Because the one time someone tried to stop it, everything began to collapse. She spoke about Chief Ayodele Kunle's father. In the 1980s, he fell deeply in love with Mama Olofunke when they were young. At first, he followed tradition, but when Kunle was born, something changed in him. He did not want his son to grow in darkness. He refused the ritual bonding. Within months, strange things happened. 3 major business deals failed. Their cocoa warehouse caught fire. A trusted partner betrayed them. The elders panicked. They said Ayodele had weakened the chain. Ayodele wanted to run. He planned to escape with his wife and baby Kunle. But before he could leave, he disappeared. Some say the elders handed him over spiritually. Some say he lost his mind in the forest. But after his disappearance, Mama Olofunke submitted fully to the covenant. And the wealth returned, bigger than before. You think Kunle enjoyed this? Mama Olofunke asked. He was initiated at 17. Lizzie closed her eyes. At 17? While other boys were thinking about university and football, Kunle was taken to Okeaji Forest. He was shown the shrine. He was told about the first sacrifice. He was made to swear that he would never break the chain. They told him if he refuses, his mother will die, Mama Olofunke said quietly. Lizzie's eyes widened. Yes, she continued. The covenant always demands fear. Kunle grew up torn between modern education and ancient bondage. He loved you, Lizzie, in his own way, but love was weaker than fear. Lizzie's voice was barely audible. So, the men you brought? Mama Olofunke nodded slowly. Yes, the wife must conceive, the bloodline must appear normal, but the male seed of Afolabi must never miss. Lizzie felt like screaming. All the night she felt dizzy, all the morning she woke confused. It was planned, controlled and organized. All to protect a promise made centuries ago by a greedy man. Lizzie felt dirty, used and betrayed. Her obsession with wealth had brought her into something evil. For 2 years, Lizzie lived in fear. She was monitored. Guards followed her movements. Her family's visits were limited. Outsiders saw a happy rich woman. Inside, she was dying. Kunle sometimes came to her room and sat quietly. I am sorry, he would say. Sorry does not change anything, she replied. She saw conflict in his eyes. He was trapped too. But he was not brave enough to fight. Unlike his father, Lizzie began to plan. She pretended to accept her fate. She smiled at family dinners. She attended charity events. She waited. One evening, there was a large family gathering. Important elders were present. Food was plenty. Music was loud. Lizzie offered to supervise the kitchen. No one suspected her. She mixed strong sleeping tablets into the big pot of jollof rice meant for the inner family. Not enough to kill, just enough to make them sleep deeply. By midnight, one by one, they fell. Kunle, Mama Olofunke, and the elders. Even the guards who ate from the same kitchen. Lizzie packed a small bag she had hidden months earlier. She took her passport, some cash, and simple clothes. She did not look back. As she stepped out of the gate, she whispered, "Money is not worth this." She walked down the quiet road of Adodo until she found a passing truck heading to Lagos. That was how she escaped. 2 weeks later, strange news spread in business cycles. The Afolabi empire began to shake. Deals collapsed. Investment failed. Government contracts were suddenly withdrawn. Rumors of internal crisis spread. Some said a covenant had been broken. Some said enemies attacked spiritually. No one knew that the real break in the chain was Lizzie's escape. Kunle tried to find her, but Lizzie had disappeared. She returned to Benin City quietly. She did not return with luxury bags. She returned with lessons. Her mother cried when she saw her. "I warned you," she said. Lizzie nodded. "I know." She started over. Small business, modest life, and peaceful sleep. Sometimes, at night, she still remembers the mansion, the gold walls, the secrets, but she also remembers the silence of that room, the look in Kunle's eyes, a man born into power but chained by it. Now, the real question in the air is, what is wealth without freedom? What is tradition if it destroys lives? The Afolabi bloodline may have chased power for generations, but power without truth becomes a curse. Lizzie went looking for money. She found darkness. She escaped with her life, fortunately. And sometimes that is the greatest words of all. We've come to the end of today's story. And as always, thank you so much for watching and thank you for staying to the end. Please, if you like what you do here, do it to like, share to your friends, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Till we see you again, remain blessed. Ciao.